Like the important things that they need to know that don't matter too much to you. Let's start a new game. Best experience with one of these. That hurt. Ow, don't do that. Adjust brightness using the bar above until you can barely see the bird crux. I need to do this. Okay, now I can read it. Okay, I have a lot of light shining at me, so it's a little bit difficult. Let's go just a bit higher because, again, I have lots of light shining into my face, so I'm gonna go with that. Just a bit brighter than I can barely see it, but nice tootsies! Oh, I hate that. When the virus got me, I was hoping I would be among the majority who got only mild symptoms and recover quickly, but my condition grew worse day by day. I checked into this hospital last week, barely able to breathe. I paid a lot to get a private room, and I was lucky they managed to find one. There are no vacant rooms in hospitals across the country as the pandemic wreaks havoc. Parallels! Anyway, it's a pandemonium out there. So many sick, so many dying. I feel like I've become a number, a statistic. We are always numbers, so just get that into your mind already. You're always a number when it comes to anything out in our economy. A statistic? You always did. Anyway, social commentary. Oh, snap back. I think I'm growing sicker. I feel faint and weak all the time. Okay. Yesterday at night they had to increase my oxygen intake. Heard them talking about having to put me under to intubate me if my condition got worse. What if I don't make it? It would be a horrible way to die. Alone in this room. I was never a believer in God, or in heaven, or in hell. Dad, it's just chatter, but it sounded like it's right next to me, and that was freaking me out for a moment. I wonder what happens to a person after they die. They're gone. I've never really stopped to think about it until now. That's one of my deep existential dreads, is thinking too much about death, because you can really get lost in that thought, and I am someone who hates the feeling of being in nothingness, and being deaf is essentially that, and if I think too much about it, that just gives me a deep existential dread. Even though I'm cool with death, like overall, like there's nothing that you can do about it, it's just part of life. But just trying to imagine what death is like gives me this deep dread, like this, like a stone feeling in my chest. I can't really well explain that, sorry. I guess I was too busy living life and chasing shadows to think about death. Ain't we all, friend? Well, anyway, we all start thinking about death sooner or later. I'm feeling weak, so weak. I think I'll sleep now. Can barely breathe. Close your eyes. Or fade your vision out. Also an option. Interesting so far. Heck of an opener. I'm up. I'm up. How am I up on my feet? I can't remember getting out of bed. Walk around using WSD keys, look with your mouse, observe your surroundings by clicking on objects in the world. The game saves automatically, you do not need to save the game to resume where you left off. The bathroom door appears to be locked. Can't really run. My bed, it looks as if it's recently made. When did it get off? Who came in and made it? I don't remember of it at all. The rest of the room looks neat too, as if this room was recently vacated. I spent days in this bed, struggling to breathe. It feels weird to be up and about. Chairs for visitors, except being in quarantine, I had no visitors. Why did I have the weird jump scare noise? All the TV ever played was news about the pandemic, about the daily death toll and the crashing economy. I told the nurse to turn it off and take the remote away. Watching TV was wild away those endless wild? Whittled? Oh, it was endless hours, struggling to breathe only made everything seem worse. Medical device. It's silent. I remember the doctor nurse hooking me up on this thing. It's infernal beeping. The hiss of pumping oxygen. It's one of those terrifying things in the hospital. All the machines whose purpose you don't know. Well, heart rate monitor, blood pressure. I think one of them actually also can see like brain activity and of course oxygen flow. Like the important things that they need to know that don't matter too much to you. I don't know that person out there. Maybe a doctor. I need to find out what's going on. I don't know why it jumped at that so much. That wasn't... Where is everybody? When I checked in here, these corridors were full of activity all day and night, filled with nurses and doctors and patients. You could have scratched one end there. Locked. Strange, there's no signs. I could swear there were signs beside these doors. Cardiology, obstetrics, radiology, etc. Why are the windows opaque? I can't see a thing through them. Fire extinguisher! I can't even take a weapon with me. Shame! How shameful! Floor plans. Observe precautions, stay safe. Okay. Got it. Locked, that's odd. There are no room numbers on the door. I'm pretty sure I'd seen room numbers when I checked in. Good thing you were as observant as you were. Lock it. It's also pretty normal for hospital doors sealed, just like the others. It's also pretty normal for hospital doors to all just be locked up, so not being worried about that at all is normal. When I checked in here, struggling to breathe, there were two harried but kind nurses sitting behind this desk, answering calls, filling papers, welcoming patients. They sure had their hands full. Yeah, well, not anymore. No luck. Didn't these doors open to the lobby with elevators? That would have been my way out, except it looks like it can't leave this way. Should probably find another way out. Ah! If you would have let me turn around by myself, that would have been so much more effective. Just, you know, wanna point that out. Because just turning around myself and then all of a sudden just seeing something move would have been so much better. Not that I'm complaining too much about that, but still, it would have given it a lot more oomph. Lock it. That seems jump scary. Am I gonna jump? Are these patient wards? Why are they deserted? There's got to be someone, a nurse or a doctor, who can help me and tell what's going on. Yeah, just ignore the fact that they look identical. What? Someone on the other side of this door? Hello? Hello? Oh! This room looks just like the one I was in, but it's a mess. Can't get in there. Is that bold? How awful. There's some kind of stain. They pooped themselves. Because the bed wasn't cleaned after the last patient departed. Ah! Sorry. That figure. I'm way too cool about all of that. The sound came from out there. There doesn't seem to be any power running into it either. I'm an electrician. That figure I saw on the TV. It reminded me of... No, it can't be. I must be imagining things. Maybe that's what this whole thing is. Some lucid dream I'm having while my body lies in some kind of coma. What was that just now? Oh. It's flickering again. Let's go towards the next jump scare. I like it, kinda, with the jump scariness and everything. It's kind of... That was... See, that's what I wanted to have with the last one. Just walking and then there it is. And then I'm okay with stopping the player then, but letting them explore the jump scares on their own, that's what I want. That's the fun part of something like this. So that was good. I like that one. And we're back. Feel like I'm wobbling a little bit more now. Oh. Dick. Locked. Who shut the door? Was there the corpse in there? Is this a dream? It's growing increasingly disturbing. Oh no, I have so many questions. And it's only increasingly getting disturbing. It's not at all disturbing already. Is someone toying with me? Am I being led? That figure I saw. I'm way too cool about... It would have been better. It can't be her. This is a dream. A nightmare rather, in which I'm trapped. How can it be her? It would be better if she wouldn't have started from that wall and walked over, but like, we saw like her like going into that at the end there. Like, don't give them as much headway to just make it shorter. Let us see something, but not so much for so long. That takes away from the tenseness that it could. Good use of... Good use of turning off the lights. Really enjoyed so far. Okay, so it can't be her, but who is... That's no hospital anymore. What? How? How did they get here? I recognize this place, the furniture and the way they are arranged. This looks like the apartment where we used to live, except everything looks abandoned and gone to rot. There's something on the table there. Dick! Hi! How's it going? It can't be. It can't be her. I can see her face, but I'd know her anywhere. How is this possible? She's been dead for 4 years. Nia, is that you? This isn't real. Nia, is that you? The familiar silence. This is some monstrous dream. Memories of those horrific events of 4 years ago are coming back to me. The doubt and the guilt that have haunted me since. Could I have saved her life? Had I done things differently? And at what cost? I'm sorry for what happened, Nia? Only cold silence. What does she want? Ooh, that... Maybe a bit faster with the light, but otherwise good. Like that. Nia? Am I going crazy? Is this some fever dream seeded by my past while my body lies wasting away on a hospital bed? Really lyrical for someone who is dying. Nia. I remember this picture. We had taken it out by the beach. We had taken it out by the beach? I think you mean we had taken the picture out at the beach, but still that sounds somewhat wrong. Just after yet another bitter fight. She was just 24. But by then she had already begun to show increasingly frightening signs of the mental illness that would later consume her. Erratic, violent shifts in temperament, brooding silence, fixed stares, and obsession with my whereabouts. Self-harm. I tried to get her to help. I tried to get her to get help. She refused. When it was clear she was becoming a danger to both of us and our relationship. And then it got worse. A lot worse. The phone calls, the stalking, the threats. And finally I woke up one night to find her standing over my bed, staring at me. Her dark eyes empty and unreadable, her mouth stretched in a chilling grin. And when I saw what she was holding in her hand... It was a knife! Or a wedding ring! Fascinating. It's interesting how this whole... What is this place? It's interesting how often it started off with a pandemic, and then we're going into like psychosis, like mental illness and all of that, which is an interesting way to shift it around all of a sudden. Oh, a dead body! Oh no! Who left you out here? Who would abandon a dead body here? The stench here is terrible. I should move on. Or I could become the mortuary assistant. Yeah, I know I haven't played the game and I know I've missed the mark on that, but honestly I enjoyed watching that more than playing it myself. Doesn't budge. Wait. I was hoping something would stand behind me. So I am. She is doing this. I don't know how. She's toying with me. Must find a way out of this nightmare. I could kill myself. Sorry, unalive. I could reset my life state. Ooh, now it's eerie. I wish the place would look a little bit different for all of a sudden complete silence, but ooh, tootsies, kill it. Thing. Squeeze me. Sure, whatever you say. Shut it, you know? Anyway. I'm gonna be fine. I'm already dead. I guess. I love me. Some endless hallways, some terrors of the night. Again, if you would not start her so close over on the wall and more close to where she's going into, that would maybe work a little bit better for me. On that night, 4 years ago, when I woke up to find her standing over me, she was holding a knife. Revelation. As I watched, she raised it and held it to her own throat. Not the road I thought it was gonna take. She said, I don't want to live without you. Before she cut herself, I leapt at her, grabbed the blade away, and subdued her till the authorities arrived. They put her away in an institute, a mental hospital, and a week later I got the terrible call. She killed herself? Suicide is a pain. Can I go in? Oh, you hanged yourself. How's it hanging? Sorry. Yeah, oh god. Why did you do it? Why did you have to go like this? They told me what you wrote on the note. Your last words. What do you want from me, Nia? I did what I could. Why are you tormenting me? Maybe because I was a huge dick at one point. We were always fighting and whatnot. From what I gathered. Hi. How's it going? Nia. What do you want from me? I think of that note you left. The last words you ever wrote. Return the frickin' lights off. Hi, how's it going? You wrote, I'm never going to let you go. I know those words were meant for me. Is that what this is about? That if I'd done things differently, perhaps been more compassionate, you might still be alive? How close? The running was not scary, okay? It was kind of fun though. I'm back in my room. How did I get here? Nia. The bed I was lying on, fighting for my life. Am I well? Am I well or am I still trapped in this nightmare? I'm probably still trapped in that nightmare if I had to guess. It's still not working. Time seems to have not progressed at all since I first got on my feet. So we're still in a dream. Or whatever hellish dimension I'm trapped in. Do I dare to go out there? What will I find? A bustling hotel? Smiling faces telling me I'm better and I can go home? Or shadowy halls haunted by my past? Am I in a coma? Trapped in a body that is wasting away? Will I suffer a fever dream born of guilt? Or am I dead? And is this my afterlife? These dreaded halls, at the tormented soul stalking me for all eternity. It's kind of a bummer ending. Kind of a bummer ending. Not gonna lie. Well done. Honestly, well done. That's a fun one. Totally frank, that's a fun one. A little bit goofy with the final jump scare because the learn cycle I could not take it serious, so you could have done it maybe a little bit different. But on that I liked it. Just the positioning of Nia every now and then just to make it seem more threatening instead of her walking away from the end of a hall and everything. Just place it more naturally, I would say. That works out beautifully. The first time when we turn around and we see her, let me turn around. Don't let the game do that for me. That takes a little bit away of the scare factor there. Because you're expecting something to be there. And if the game turns you around, it's not as effective as if you turn around yourself. Because you can wait a lot longer and let this feeling of there's something going to be behind me, you can let that settle in so much stronger than if the game just turns you around. Just that is a little tip there. Overall, really liked it. Kind of interesting how we switched from the pandemic at the beginning to being hunted and haunted by our past. Seems like a little bit of a disconnect of the narratives that we get, but overall, I quite enjoy it, let's be totally frank. So yeah, check it out and have some fun with that. So yeah, overall, we had a fun time with it. Was a little bit goofy at times. Was kind of funny how the protagonist was like rather reserved towards everything. Like, well, now it's starting to become a little bit spooky. Like in the middle of everything, where it's already like you should be worried about everything, which is it's kind of fun as well. There's some good jump scare moments. It is goofy at times. This is like well balanced in everything that I want to see here. So, good job, really enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoyed it too and had a fun time. See you next time. Bye.